The In This League Podcast Network. In this ring, in this corner, Joe Pisapia. This corner, Tim Heaney. Gentlemen, let's go.
For WrestleMania, let's switch gears here and move up to the main show. Do we have it confirmed that the Revival are defending or not? Because
go ahead.
No, right now I can't find anything that tells me for sure.
They had a video on WWE.com. They set it up like that Ryder and Hawkins wanted a shot at the tag team championships. So.
Well, I want to grow hair again and be tall, but that's not happening.
Well, why would they air it without having it set up something?
Well, they were teasing the whole Bobby Roode, Chad Gable thing at the end. Like that, the end of that match, Roode looking hit. Like they were teasing that whole thing breaking up, which is fine. I'm kind of annoyed because I thought they had a couple months or even a year in them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm a little bummed with that. It's like they have these good ideas and they finally make them together and then they never commit to them long enough to get the full boat out of them. And it's frustrating.
Yeah. And rumor, David Meltzer speculation, gut feeling crap. Vince might break up the Revival because they've been kind of pains in the butts about things.
We'll break them up into what? Singles wrestlers?
Singles wrestlers and just have them toil away until their contracts are done, which I think that'd be a waste, and that might be Meltzer just spewing garbage out there, but I don't know.
I don't believe that. There's been a lot of stupid rumors floating around the last couple weeks.
But, you know.
Yeah, you know what? Was like that stupid rumor last week that was floating around about, Charlotte retaining her belt and this being a thing like whoever Becky pins, that's what belt she wins. Like, that was dumb. That was going to be the dumbest thing ever. Of course it was going to be for a unified title. There's no other way around that. That other rumor was the dumbest thing ever. This is the time of year where dumb things float around. The Revival has been doing good work.
They have, for sure.
The Revival, this is the best version of the Revival. And I'll tell you what, send them back down to NXT if you really want to do something, because everybody loves them down there. And there's nothing wrong with being stars at NXT. Being stars in NXT, nowadays, being on TV every week is much better than being in AEW right now, because AEW does one show. Okay? Yep. There's a lot of talk about AEW, but there's a whole lot of action, all right? I'm just trying to, I know everyone's excited about it, and I know all the wrestling indie fans and all this stuff. Everybody, it's got to be the greatest thing ever. Well, it's not here yet, okay? So everyone needs to calm down about AEW. Yeah, they got some talent on the roster. Yes, I love Neville. Hashtag Pac sucks. It's a stupid. By the way, did you see?
Pack away Pac. What?
Yeah, by the way, he made a kid cry. Did you see that?
Yes, I saw that.
So if you missed this, go on the internet and look. Apparently, Pac, a.k.a. Neville, just berated some little kid in the front row of some independent show somewhere until the kid cried. And I'm like, that's it. That's what you do, and I love that guy.
I hope his visa stuff gets worked out because there's supposedly a little bit of an issue with that.
But I mean, it's all pie in the sky. It's all theoretical. I know they got the one other Double or Nothing show coming. That's terrific. That's exciting. That's one show. You're the Revival. You want to work for a living. Go down to NXT. Go back and be, them versus War Raiders. I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that maybe they use this to give Kurt Hawkins to break the streak? Break his losing streak?
Oh, my God.
Titles?
You know what? That'd be hilarious. That would be the ultimate FU to the Revival. I mean,
yeah. Oh, totally.
I mean, you can't bury them any more than that. That would be they should just walk away then. If that's the case. And then McGallis and Anderson can go rent a Jeep together and drive down to Florida to Jacksonville.
Jeep?
I don't know. Just like
a lot of beef in that Jeep.
Rent a van. Just drive down to Jacksonville.
Winnebago.
Just road trip it. I don't know.
That's the next WWE Network thing.
You know what I would prefer? I would prefer Ricochet and Aleister Black to fight them, and the loser goes down to NXT.
Sure.
Take the titles off of them, send the Revival back to NXT, let them have good wrestling feuds where they don't have to talk too much or do anything else. Everybody loves them there, and then just go work and stop bitching and moaning. You're on TV every week. It could be worse.
Right.
And not everybody likes their spot. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they've gotten better. And I'm not saying that they're crap. They're not. But I mean, it's just, they're not moving the needle. They're just not. So they have no reason to be upset. Women's Battle Royal, who's your pick there? I know there's a ton of women in this thing already. Was it 20? How many are? I don't even know.
Something big. I don't know.
All right, you can't have Asuka win because that's just ridiculous.
Obvious if you do.
You can't, and she just won that weird thing at the end where she just threw everybody out. So is it
Yeah.
going to be Lacey Evans finally? Can she
I'll-
stop walking down the ramp?
I was thinking Lacey. Just give her something that means a little something, but not everything. To win, to give her like a little like boost.
Yeah.
Instead of, like throwing her into a title picture or something like that.
Well, I think it'll be a good showcase at least.
Right.
I think Lacey is my favorite. She's the 2-1. Asuka's the 3-1.
Right.
And then after that, I don't know which way you go. You could go Mandy Rose, I guess.
Yeah, Mandy was probably in the wheelhouse as well.
She's in there. She's in that conversation, but there's not a whole lot unless you have a late entry like a Shayna or somebody like that, which would be super cool.
Yeah.
If Shayna loses and then comes out and wins that, and maybe Shayna versus
the end, probably.
Well, here's a scenario that would be super fun that'll never happen because it's too good of booking. Shayna loses, she gets mad, she finds a way the next night to come into WrestleMania, and she wins that Battle Royal. She beats Asuka out for it. And then you automatically have a feud between the two of them for number one contender, and you take it from there.
There you go. Write it.
There you go. Boom.
Sharpie.
It writes itself.
Put it in Sharpie.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it'll never happen. Okay, let's get to the men's Battle Royal. I'm rooting for Colin Jost.
Of course you are.
I am. I want God. That would be great. I want
the guy who said this. The guy who said this stuff is fake on television. That's the guy.
I want Colin Jost to flip, or Michael Che. I want one of them, or even better, the two of them to flip Braun Strowman out and over the ring, and then Michael Che throws Colin Jost over, and then they go, Michael Che wins. I mean, look, it's a who's who of who cares for the most part. It sucks that you're wasting Chad Gable in this, Cruz
and Andrade.
Yeah, Andrade is in this, but at least he's on the card. He
might step in to replace Ray if he's hurt, though. So we'll see.
Well, look, that would be fantastic. I don't think Ali's the guy to step in at WrestleMania for that match. I think he's too green still. I don't want him at U.S. Championship match against Samoa Joe with that kind of crowd. I think Andrade's the way to go for sure. If Rey Mysterio, and for those of you who don't know, Rey Mysterio hurt his ankle wrestling Baron Corbin. That's why he wasn't on SmackDown on Tuesday. There's some rumors that possibly he might not be able to do that and actually go. And if not, then they need a replacement. Ali and Andrade would be the two most logical ones there. Andrade would be the one for me. It's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
All right, the rest of this, look, who wins this if it's not Braun Strowman?
Or your boy Michael Che.
It's got to be Andrade then, right?
You would think. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense for anybody else.
He's come close to winning Royal Rumbles before. So.
Well, look, it's not going to be Gable or Rude. It's not going to be Cruz. Not going to be Breeze. Ali would be a feel-good story, but it's not going to happen. Gallows and Anderson, absolutely not. Bo Dallas and Axel.
Could Ali win his first name back if he wins, or and Andrade win?
Well, it's weird because the other stuff still said Mustafa Ali when he came out the other day. So.
Oh, he did? Oh,
yeah.
Good.
Kalisto, Grand Metalik, no. Dorado, no. Victor Connor, no. Jeff and Matt, no. Tucker and Otis, no.
Otis could be fun near the end, though.
If Otis won, that would be great, but it's not happening. EC3, no. No Way Jose, no.
No way, Jose.
Shelton Benjamin, no. So, I mean, really, just by process of elimination, it's Braun Strowman, Andrade, or Michael Che. That's where we're going. All right, let's move on from this. It's Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Okay, here we go. All right, so if this just plays out normally and it really is the two of them and there's no swerve, I want Kurt Angle to get over in this, which is not what you usually have happen. Usually you go out on your back. If you go out on your back here, you make Baron Corbin a monster heel everybody hates already.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the plus in that. But are we in a place with the crowd where we can really tweak them that much or twerk them or whatever, put our butts in their face, basically?
You don't want to twerk all those wrestling fans.
Well, dude, are we in a place where we can get away with that right now?
You could have Corbin win, but then Angle gets up and hits the ankle slam and ankle lock on him after that. And then Corbin walks away and Angle still has his moment and everybody comes out.
Tim Heaney, write this for me. What do you want to see happen?
I want to see Baron Corbin laying on the ground in the back. They kind of, right before the match, they cut to it like, oh, what happened to Corbin? He's unconscious. He can't make it. And then Angle comes out waiting for his opponent, and then
what does that mean?
I want Angle versus Cena. That's what I want.
What is that? I always wonder what's the beginning of that song.
I think it's like a Spanish rap song or something.
Now you're just making things up.
No, I could have sworn it was a sample from something.
I don't know. What is he saying? I have no idea. The Lucha House Party knows. That's all I know. All right, Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. Is this the Cruiserweight Championship match that we need?
I don't know, but I think didn't they train together or?
It should be fine. I mean, Tony Nese is fine. I got no beef with Tony Nese. I like him. I think Buddy Murphy should be on the main roster too, but there is no 205 Live, which I still think shouldn't be there anyway. I said it to you a million times. Get rid of 205 Live, put the Cruiserweight Championship in the middle of the 3 hours of Raw, because then you get some fun wrestling and you get to showcase some other guys who might have potential to do more than Cruiserweight, like Buddy Murphy.
Right.
When you pigeonhole them into the show, there's no way out for them.
Yeah. All these wrestling programs that we can't watch because there's just too much wrestling. 205 Live, I rarely watch anymore.
NXT is great.
Yeah.
SmackDown, as Big E put it, is the mouthwash after eating the turd that is Raw. Did you see that tweet?
Although SmackDown hasn't been perfect lately, but,
still better. Raw's been better.
It's still, yeah, go ahead.
But SmackDown's still the better show.
Generally, yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's shorter, but also because the tone and the people they have who can work the microphone like Daniel Bryan.
Of course.
It's just a better overall feel. Plus, you've got some of the better, more athletic wrestlers over there. Less plotters, less big men over there. It's just a more fun product. It's a bright, shiny, sunny, fun product. The Usos taking on the Bar, taking on Ricochet, Aleister Black, because they don't wrestle every day. And then Rusev Nakamura, this is a very pandering to get these guys all into a match on WrestleMania because, how the mighty have fallen, right? Rusev and Nakamura down to this thing where they're just this generic foreign tag team now. It's sad, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, I mean, they never kind of stepped up their game to that next level. So why should they be singles wrestlers at this point?
It's true. And, there are reports that Nakamura is just kind of chilling right now, which, you know what? I don't blame him for it. If he wants to be mid-card, he's mid-card. Then
he's 40-something, isn't he?
Yeah. He's almost 40. I think he's like 39.
Yeah, I mean, at 40, you're just happy to be there. Revival, take a good look. Okay? Take a good, hard look. Now,
too bad your New Day stuff isn't going to happen, though.
Well, that was my thing, is I wanted the New Day involved in this match, and then the New Day and Kofi and everybody has their belts and stuff, but I guess they're getting closer to the New Day swerve at some point and the turn, which I don't really love.
We'll get to that.
But I understand the money in it and I understand the thought process, but it would be nice to, in this day and age, just like you kept Cena, never went heel.
Right.
It would be kind of nice to just keep something good for once in a while.
True. Very true.
It doesn't have to happen often. It's very few guys who can pull it off, but those guys can. Who do you think comes away with this one? I think we all agree Buddy Murphy, right? Still.
Oh, Murphy, yeah.
Okay.
And then,
so Usos, do they retain? Because they've never won it at WrestleMania, right? I believe that's the MO.
Yeah. Are they going to give the titles to Ricochet and Black and just have them doing this for a while?
I'm fine with that. I'm not against it. I'm okay with it.
I would love to see them branch off into singles stuff, but I wouldn't be upset with them just wrestling again and again and again every day.
Well, the only good thing with the tag stuff is it keeps them fresher.
True.
So it gives them a little bit less to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm fine with that. I mean, they're not going to be a tag team their whole career. They're just –
yeah.
But overall right now, I'm not against it. I would like to see the Usos win, personally.
Me too. That would be my first choice. Yeah.
And I think the Bar does the job for them. That's what I think.
And maybe Sheamus takes a break finally because apparently he's been wrestling hurt all that time. So
yeah, I can see Sheamus actually doing that. And you know what? It would be nice to see Cesaro as a singles wrestler.
Oh, my God. I want that again for sure.
All right, Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Samoa Joe needs to retain no matter who he's fighting, but I'd like to see him fight Andrade. That would be fun. If not, Rey will be great. Hopefully he can go. We shall see. But Samoa Joe retains, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, let's go to Miz and Shane McMahon. Are we going to get the feel-good Miz story here?
I hope so.
I mean, they're working towards it. You had Sanity out there finally getting some TV time, 2 straight weeks.
Losing it a 3-on-1.
Whatever, but still, I mean, look, I think EY looks good without the beard. I think he looks actually more menacing without it. Ironically, there's something about, I don't know. He looks
sharper facial features.
Yeah, he looks crazed. He looks insane. And, more so the beard kind of hides it and it just makes you look kind of scruffy. So it was good to see EY just mixing it up with the Miz.
No, I love their ring work. They do good. They do good stuff there. It's just the overarching development of them is just
no. They don't know what to do with them.
Yeah,
they don't know what to do with Dark, which is my fear with Aleister Black. But Undertaker was able to do it, so maybe Aleister Black can, and I think he can. Bray Wyatt was able to do it for a time, but then they kind of went off the rails with him. So
yes, they did.
But I'm in agreement. I think you get the Happy Miz ending. I did like Shane pulling away in the car, though. I thought that was entertaining.
Yeah, that was funny. I almost wish that this is going to be a false count anywhere in itself. Did they announce any stipulation for this?
It is false count anywhere.
Oh, it is. Okay, good. All right, excellent.
So there you go. So that'll be fun, and they'll go around, and Shane will do something crazy as he always does, and we'll say, "Why is he doing this?"
Jersey, yeah.
All right. Quick note here on the women's tag team, because that 4-on-4 match that they had was not good. Beth Phoenix saved it, and Beth Phoenix is almost 40 years old, and if she needs to save this match, that's not a good sign. Sasha, who I always love, was bad in this match. She missed the same spot twice.
Yeah.
Which was not a good look. I don't know, man. If this is another one where originally I thought it's locked up, it's Sasha and Bayley, whatever. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I feel like there could be this little groundswell to put it on the Iconics because of just the entertainment value of them.
Right. I think that's the smart favorite. Ironically, it's not Sasha and Bayley anymore. It's the Iconics.
Well, it's not. I mean, the Iconics are kind of annoying and likable at the same time. And I still say Sasha and Bayley is probably the smart money, but Iconics are number 2 with a bullet. It's not Tamina.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea. Of course, it doesn't stop them from doing it, but it's a terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
Natty and Beth Phoenix we know why they're there. They're there for support, and they will support and they will help. So they need to pull something out because that was not a good showing on Monday. So hopefully they've got a good one in them.
Let's hope so.
What do you think is going to happen here?
Yeah, I think it's Sasha Bayley again, but the Iconics will probably beat them at some other point.
Yeah, the problem is it's so new. If you're going to establish a good run here, a good first run for them and make it, for lack of a better word, an iconic run and opening this championship, I think you need Sasha and Bayley to run with it longer than a couple months.
Yeah, and I think you separate them from the Iconics if that's the one you want them to lose to, and then you go back to it and the Iconics will win in like SummerSlam area, probably.
Yeah, you have Tamina take the pin here and you have them win, and then SummerSlam, you have the Iconics take over. I think that's the way to go.
I agree.
And then you can break up Sasha and Bayley and play that whole feud, and then you can break them off into singles wrestlers and turn. You need more heels. Sasha needs to turn heel. They need more heels. All right, Bobby Lashley versus the Demon, Finn Balor.
Freaking announce it.
I was going to say you hated that they announced it, didn't you? That was my first lead-in because they didn't announce it at SummerSlam and the place went off the chart.
That's so stupid. People are going to watch WrestleMania anyway.
Okay.
Don't spoil it. There's no reason to announce that as a reason to get us to watch or something.
But does it become predictable anyway that all Big Fours now he's the Demon?
Then don't even talk about it.
Okay, why are you mad that you know it? Because
let it happen. Doesn't matter.
You missed the crowd pop. Is that why?
The crowd pop's going to be there at WrestleMania.
Well, what I'm saying is I was there in SummerSlam in the building and nobody knew he was going to be the Demon and the place went bananas.
Exactly.
Are you telling me they're not going to be excited to the same level?
No. I said, you don't need to announce it beforehand because they'll still react live really well anyway.
So why did they announce it?
That's what I'm saying. They shouldn't have announced it. It was stupid.
Or they're just trying to throw everything and just trying to get everybody excited about everything.
Yeah, they didn't want to save it as a quote unquote surprise that we knew was happening. But.
Well, that must mean there's other surprises. So Cena's got to be one of them.
Well, sure, but that's not a mutually exclusive thing where you can't have the Demon a surprise and Cena a surprise,
Nope. One surprise only, Timmy.
Damn it!
One good surprise, you're going to use it. Don't waste a good surprise on Finn Balor.
He's gonna puke. I had to do it.
Oh God!
But it's why it's just heavy-handed. And even like Stephanie announcing the whole thing with the belts, it's just so heavy-handed. They don't let things develop naturally. It's annoying.
Well, we'll get to them in a second here. Yeah. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre.
Balor has to win, right?
Well, okay, yeah. Yes, and Balor can't lose as the Demon. Right. I mean, how does that work?
Right.
So he's gonna win, which is good. And then I want Bobby Lashley to never be anywhere again.
Even though he's lost as the Demon in NXT, God forbid,
No, you can't do this.
Not yet. Eventually.
No, look, you have Samoa Joe, a bad guy, retaining. That I can handle. If the Iconics win, I can handle that one. I don't think it's going to happen, but whatever.
Oh, no, I know. I don't think Lashley should win this time. I'm saying eventually you need the belt. The Demon has to lose at some point. To like.
Not here. Not here. Bobby Lashley.
I'm not saying here.
Yeah.
I'm saying down the road.
for him to lose, it's got to be to another iconic type guy. It's got to be to
I agree.
A big time. It's got to be like to put Drew McIntyre over the top.
Say that exactly.
It's got to be either to push somebody to the moon, or it's got to be some swerve you never saw coming.
Right.
Like a big turn of somebody else in some like 4-way match, or like AJ Styles turns on him or something like that.
Right.
That's how you got to do it. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. I mean, you have to have Roman get over here. He had cancer, for God's sake.
Talk about downers.
Terrible. But, I mean, you can't say, oh, boy. And there's Drew McIntyre giving him the 1, 2, 3. This is the feel-good match of the night for sure, right?
It should be.
It's got to. You can't bury him. I mean, the guy came back from cancer to job to Drew McIntyre?
I almost wish he wasn't fighting McIntyre in this spot then. But
McIntyre
can get over it. It's Roman Reigns. It's a big opponent.
And McIntyre can withstand it.
Right, exactly.
He can withstand it. It's not going to be a problem. It's him losing to Roman Reigns does not change my opinion of Drew McIntyre at all. And he's had it coming with this whole feud. And if it means Dean Ambrose showing up and screwing the match for him, that's fine. Like if that's your, he can't win clean against Roman, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
Maybe
Roman has to get the W here. Like there's no way around that. It has to happen. Triple H versus Batista. Just another Triple H win, right? I mean,
I want Batista to win.
Do you really?
This might be Triple H's last match. It would be great. The guy he tutored, the guy he brought up, Batista ends his career. It'd be great.
I'm all for that because it would be interesting and it would be different and unexpected
right now, which I never thought I would say again. But
well, I mean, what's your history with Batista? Were you negative?
I've liked him. He's come a long way.
He was a star as far as I was concerned from day one. Like I saw him like that guy's a star. I know the matches were up and down sometimes.
Yeah, his in-ring was iffy, but I think like from The Undertaker on, he was incredible.
Well, he also kind of had the bad luck of being at his peak during the whole Daniel Bryan thing.
Right.
Which is where
that wasn't his peak.
Oh, okay. Well, it was one of them.
That was his return.
Well, his return or whatever. But like,
he had great runs with Rey Mysterio. He had great runs with Edge, a bunch of other people. The Undertaker match was really good at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean,
I've always liked him.
I'm fine with Batista winning.
Right.
That would be a fascinating thing. But then I don't know. I mean, then what? So Triple H is not going to wrestle in Saudi Arabia in a month and a half? Come on, like that's the problem. It's like unless Batista's going there for a payday with him as a rematch,
maybe. Which
could be because they love the big names over there.
The big names from 10 years ago.
The big names from 10 years ago. That's what they love.
It's not a knock on them. It's just it's a little bit
Right. Jones. I say Triple H wins. You say Batista.
I'm going to be bold and say Batista wins.
I like the bold one. I hope you're right and I'm wrong. There you go. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. This is a fascinating one because historically, this is the Vince McMahon opportunity to always stick it to the indie darling.
Very much so.
And I feel like that's what's going to happen here.
I think so.
This is Randy Orton W.
I think Orton's winning.
It's going to be a good match, though. I think a match that's much better than people realize.
It's going to be the surprise. Not surprise, but just the quiet, great match. It's going to be
the quiet, great match of the night where you have expectations for other things. This feud has been very good. The build-up with Kevin Owens. Again, Kevin Owens stepping out of the ring the other night.
Fantastic.
Very funny. You just got to getting up and moving after someone says something. Like the Kevin Owens show where he stirs the pot and then gets up and leaves.
Well, that's SmackDown. To keep it lighter and keep it funnier.
But I mean, it works.
That's what I'm saying. Keep it funnier. Yeah.
Randy Orton gets the W here.
Yeah, I think so.
And
maybe Styles takes a break after this.
I don't know. They're going to want him for that push down the road. So, I mean, this whole brand split's basically done anyway. So, I mean, everybody's on every show already.
I mean, like 2 months will take a break or something.
I don't even think they're going to. Yeah, I don't even think they're going to make a big fuss of it anymore. I think they're just going to let it fade away instead of going the normal heavy-handed route. I don't see it going.
Stephanie McMahon's not just going to come out and say, by the way, the brand split is over.
In case you didn't realize, for the last couple weeks, there's no more brand split. Which means that if you're on Raw, you can show up on SmackDown. And if you're on SmackDown, you can show up on Raw. Am I clear, or should I explain it again?
Anyway, welcome to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much. I love how they can say something and then have to explain it. And you're like, I understood the first time.
Oh, God.
But then again, I guess there's some folks in the audience who don't. So, in all fairness. All right, Brock Lesnar, the undisputed, reigning, defending heavyweight champion of the world against Seth Rollins for Universal Championship. I think we're going to get a Brock Lesnar W here. I really do.
Well, we talked about the last couple of weeks. Are we going to get all 3 happy endings or not? This is the best shot that we don't get one. So.
Well, especially where it's placed. Where is it placed in the card is what I
don't know, but they have to spread these 3 matches out, I think. This might be the middle one, because if Brock wins, maybe get Daniel Bryan Kofi to lead things off. That'd be incredible.
You do the Kofi, you do the disappointment sandwich. That's what you do.
Yes, exactly. Yes. It's like when you're writing, the criticizing feedback stuff. Yeah.
It's like, you're really good at this. This isn't very good, but on the flip side, you also can do this. So
it's so true.
It's the best. What is the constructive criticism sandwich? Like there's something. There's
a term. I know.
A term.
I can't think of it.
You gotta Google that, find out what it is, because that's what they're gonna do to us. And I'll tell you what, if you see the matches lined up that way, I mean, you could just bet your bottom dollar that Brock Lesnar is going to get the W there.
It's literally called the constructive criticism sandwich. Good job.
There you go.
The sandwich method.
The sandwich method. Yeah. Take a good look at how the card's laid out, because the sandwich method could be in effect big time.
It's so true. I think that would be the logical way to do it if you're having Brock win, just to stick it in the middle of all the other good stuff.
Stick in the middle, everybody goes, oh. And then,
oh, well.
Yay.
All right.
So you go, yay, yay. What a roller coaster. Oh, geez.
So true.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So the question is, will this be a decent match? I say yes, because Brock has had good matches with Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor, all guys who are smaller than him. I don't think Brock Lesnar at this stage of his career is very good against guys his own size.
Mm-hmm.
The big dude versus Brock Lesnar is not a match that works anymore. Maybe it worked 10 years ago when Brock was
limber.
At a different level of working, but not anymore. I just don't think it works anymore. So I think I'm cautiously optimistic this is going to be a good match, but a disappointment to everybody who wants the belt to come back.
Right. But think about it. They've had 2 great matches already. I mean, the triple threat at Royal Rumble was fantastic with Cena. And then when Rollins cashed in it at the other WrestleMania, I think they have the chemistry. I think this will be a really, really good show. So.
It will. And Rollins is going to do the job for Brock Lesnar, and everyone will be bitching and moaning. But
Roman's going to win it anyway down the road then.
Well, I mean, that's what it does. It lines up SummerSlam for, 1 year ago.
Yep.
Can Roman Reigns make it back and win that title once again? It's possible. It's definitely possible. We shall see. Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. It's got to be Kofi, because it should be. And this is a feel-good thing. And that's what you want. You want some kind of feel-good thing after a miserable 2018 WrestleMania. You want a feel-good WrestleMania, and Kofi's the feel-good WrestleMania, and the question is how it all goes down, how it works. Is New Day banned from ringside? I would imagine not, right? You got to have them around.
I didn't catch that. No, if they said anything about it.
Yeah, you gotta have that all. I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of these things where Rowan gets thrown out, and then the New Day gets thrown out, and then it's just the 2 of them in the ring, build some drama that way. That would be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Standpoint, but it's got to be Kofi's night, which will be great. The only sad part is when he hoists the belt, it's going to be that dopey-looking belt.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's all I keep thinking about is you're going to host this belt that looks like somebody made it out of cardboard, like it's one of the belts a fan made.
No, you know what? Here's the thing. New Day, if New Day is kicked out, they're going to run back and get the old belt and then bring it in.
That could be fun. All I know is that the next night when he shows up, that belt should have unicorns on it, and it should be completely loud and obnoxious, ridiculous looking. It should be great. It should be totally Kofi Kingston's belt, and that'll be super cool. And you might even sell a bunch of them.
You might. The bastard in the back of my mind says New Day turns, but I don't think it's happening.
I think that's a terrible way to – I don't think you do it at Mania.
You got to do it like in May or June or something. Just not at SummerSlam. Like on the way to SummerSlam, you can do it. That's
fine. But give something some breath.
I agree with you. Kofi needs this too.
Give them some breath, and it's working, and everybody likes it, and everyone's happy.
Right.
No,
you're right. You're right.
I'm all for swerves, but we don't have to have everything happen so fast. Especially then you look around, and you're like, oh no, what do we do?
Right, exactly. And
you haven't even exhausted any booking options with Kofi as champ.
Right.
You have to go right to New Day right away. Why?
Exactly.
You mean you could run back Daniel Bryan? You could run up any number of guys potentially.
Right.
Especially if the brand split's going away. Why not? All right, Ronda Rousey Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, all out of handcuffs. Was that Vince McMahon's wet dream, by the way? I want them all in handcuffs, and I want them kicking each other, wearing bikinis. Like I feel like that was like that booking was so Vince McMahon.
Oh, for sure.
That whole bit. It worked, though. It was very entertaining, especially that knee shot to Ronda's head.
That was vicious. Oh, good job,
that
Charlotte.
Looked like it hurt.
No, I liked it a lot. I thought it was a great sequence.
That was all filmed separately. You can tell.
Of course.
So I think they added in a sound effect because
when
that happened initially, I went, "Oh my god!" I think she just broke her face. So I think that was a sound effect they added later on, but it totally worked.
It totally worked. I don't care. I don't care about production if it aligns with everything.
You know what else worked too? The side things that if you listen carefully they were saying to the quote unquote police.
Kiss my foot.
kiss my foot. Or what was the other one? It was like, you know who I am. There was a lot of that. And Ronda, I think at one point said, I pay you. I'm a taxpayer.
They must have had so much fun with that part.
Like, all the bad improv asides were hilarious. They were really good.
No, they're probably just saying, let's make this really corny. I would hope.
It was a fun Becky Lynch promo too, standing up on the table and doing that in a year. What a difference a year makes. That was good. What a difference a year makes was a really good. Again, SmackDown always has the better writers. That was a good promo.
Of course,
solid work there. Look, it's Becky Lynch. It has to be Becky Lynch.
It's Becky Lynch. Period. No discussion.
That place is going to riot. There's going to be 80,000 people rioting in New York if it's not.
Oh, Jersey. At least it's not in New York.
Whatever. If you're going to do that, if you're going to have Charlotte win, there's only like 2 places in the country you could pull that off.
Charlotte.
And New Jersey's not one of them. It's just not. There's way too big of an Irish contingent's going to be there too. You know it, and I know.
Watch it.
I'm serious.
I know.
I've been to multiple U2 concerts. I know what it's like. There's going to be flags out. You're going to see Irish flags. You're going to see a lot of that stuff. Okay? This is a big deal.
We'll start chanting Sunday Bloody Sunday during this match.
Look, the only place you're going to get more Irishmen in a building is going to Ireland. But they're going to be a ton of that faction. And it's just going to be like if there was an Italian guy, if Bruno Sammartino, the ghost of Bruno Sammartino came and wrestled in New Jersey right now, the place would be so bro.
I'd have a lot of relative ghosts at that match probably. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like that's where we're at right now.
I know, yeah.
And you can't have Becky not win. And I agree. We will have the disappointment sandwich in the middle, and I think that's okay. I think it's okay because I think they want to put that belt back on Roman anyway. And I guess now everybody has the feel good thing. So how do you build that off? And where's Dean Ambrose?
He might help Seth.
Does he help Seth? Does he hinder Seth? Or does he help Roman?
I don't know. It's
it would be kind of cool. Again, that'll never happen. Dean helps Roman win. Dean helps Seth win. Dean just becomes this like guy who flies in and just screws with the match and then leaves.
He's like Batman, just in and out of the show.
Yeah, just in and out. That would be super fun, but not going to happen. So overall, this is a much better card on paper than last year. My hope is that even though it's a long show, that they try to make these less interesting matches, like the Kurt Angle, whatever it is, or the Battle Royals, just make them short. That's all. Just
yep.
Mm-hmm. You can have a million things on the card, but not everything needs to go a half hour.
Yep.
That's the problem with WrestleMania sometimes is, especially last year, it was death because things that should not have gone on very long, like Nicholas and Braun Strowman went on way too long last year. Yes. Wow. It went on longer than 5 minutes, and that was way too long. So I'm cautiously optimistic that this is going to be a much better show than last year. It's set up for a lot of feel-good things. Finn Balor winning. And again, going back to the whole Ireland thing, Finn Balor winning in that building is going to be a big deal too.
Did you see Finn's tweet about a photo of him and Becky talking like, oh, by the way, we're going to both win titles at WrestleMania next year. And then laughing. It's like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. And then here they are. And hopefully they will. And that'll be good. Yep. That'll be good for business. And then you can, move whatever you want, the problem is when Seth loses, I don't know where you go from there because you got to just move Roman right up to the top again, which is fine. I mean, but it leaves a lot of questions. If Seth wins, I think you go right to Drew McIntyre.
Right. Yeah. I think they could pull off all three. Winning, if they have enough disappointment between like Randy Orton beating Styles will be a big one. Like they can balance it out enough where you could have all three happening, I guess. But that's not my bet right now.
Well, there's not a whole lot of top tier talent over at Raw right now.
Yeah.
that you could put into that title picture. And that's, for me, why I think Brock Lesnar sticks around.
Yeah.
Because they see him as that, and there's not a whole lot. I mean, there's Roman, there's Drew. You can make an argument for Finn, and then there's Seth. And that's about it. And that's kind of tough right now. It's kind of a tough sell, I think. Unless you're going to skyrocket somebody like Aleister Black or Ricochet, which I'm fine with. I would absolutely love that. I got no problem with that. I mean, give me Ricochet versus Seth Rollins any day of the week. I mean, that could be, or even against Aleister Black, that could be amazing. And maybe that is the plan. Maybe this whole thing is just to get them exposure and then just start breaking them off as soon as this thing is over and just move it along. And I'm fine with that too. There's going to be a lot of good fallout from this one way or the other. And I think they've had a pretty good start to the year. What do you think about 2019 so far?
Yeah, starting from Royal Rumble, which was good. Elimination Chamber was nice. I think the chess pieces are there. They just have to make the right moves.
They've had two very good starts in terms of pay-per-views to lead up to this.
Right.
And I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be even Fastlane was good.
It was
for Fastlane?
In the middle, it was, yeah. I mean,
it was good for a Fastlane.
Yes. Okay. That's a good way to, but
the bar is low for Fastlane.
Rumble and Chamber were just really standout pay-per-views, I thought. So, yeah.
Yeah, they were. So they've had a good start to the year. They seem to have a clearer sense of listening to the universe. We'll see how much they listen. And yeah, you can't give them everything they want. But the trouble is, can you give us what we need? And I think they will. And we need Becky to go over. That's what we need.
Kofi to go over.
I think we need Kofi to go over, and we need Finn Balor to go over. You get those three things. Everything else is a bonus. And I think those three things also set you up in the right direction going forward. And then you're excited. Then you have a lot more opportunities. You can get KO back in the mix maybe. I mean, maybe you get Bray Wyatt back. I don't know. There's going to be guys who are going to be coming back and getting in the mix.
KO could be the first one for Kofi because he was in the picture before. So
I'm 100% fine with that.
And that'll be like a fun, KO maybe starts out as a babyface and goes back to being a heel. So it can work.
I'm all for Kevin Owens getting back in that title picture. You know that. I love me some KO. All the KO, please. And
Sami Zayn cost him as I kept speculating eventually.
You got to come back eventually, right? Yep. Supposed to be ready around this time. So you're going to see a lot of people, too. You're going to see some new stuff going on after WrestleMania. A lot of contracts will be up. A lot of people will be gone. And that's good. It's always good, I think, to have a little flush of the system after a couple years. And WrestleMania tends to be the flush. Now, there's going to be less flush than usual because AEW is floating around.
Right.
But there'll still be that flush, and we will see, and we'll take care of all that aftermath. We're going to try to have Nate Bush come back on the show. We love Nate. He's going to come back for the aftermath. Maybe we'll get my kids on the show next week, too.
Nice.
For their takes. We'll do a little 1, 2, 3 kids segment.
Super bonanza of recaps.
See what the little kids think of what happened at WrestleMania. So WrestleMania and the aftermath this week coming. Right now, WrestleMania is ahead of us. We want everybody to go enjoy the show. If you love In This Ring, make sure you're subscribing to it everywhere so you know when the shows come out every week. Rate and review us. Give us 5 stars because we deserve nothing less. Top Hat Tim Heaney and I. You can follow Top Hat over on Twitter at Tim_Heaney. You can follow me at Joe Pizapia17. And, of course, check out all the great content on inthisleague.com. That'll do it for us. Have a great WrestleMania. We'll be back next week, recap everything, tell you about our G1 experience, talk about WrestleMania. We'll talk to the kiddos. We'll talk to Nate Bush. We're going to do everything. It's going to be action spectacular because it's WrestleMania. And remember, kids, to be the men, you got to beat the men. And we are the men. Woo!